Hello everyone and welcome back to the Calvin Tobin Show. I am your host, Calvin Tobin. Today we have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. Alright, Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals is in the books, and the Atlanta Hawks had me completely surprised because they stepped up in every aspect of the game when they needed it, and they did it all without their superstar, Trae Young, who got set out last minute due to a bone bruise in his right foot. But that didn't matter because they ended up destroying the Milwaukee Bucks 110-88. And the biggest struggle they were having was being able to stop Giannis from getting to the hole and getting his layups and dunks the way he shows his dominance. But in this game, that completely switched and flipped for the Atlanta Hawks because they forced Giannis to the outside and made him shoot mid-range and perimeter shots, and that paid off tremendously. And the biggest talk of this game is their defense because they got 15 turnovers against the Milwaukee Bucks, along with 11 steals and 4 blocks. And the biggest talk in this game, I'm not sure who was better, with Boban Bogdanovic getting 20 points, shooting on 80+% and getting 4 steals, or Lemon Pepper Lou Williams getting 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists, shooting on 77% for the Atlanta Hawks offense. Like, who is better? Like, it's so hard to tell because every single player stepped up when they needed to, and they did it without their superstar. And they didn't allow one player to get over 20 points on the Milwaukee Bucks offense. And the highest scoring player for the Bucks offense was Jrue Holiday, and he got only 19 points. And the way that the Atlanta Hawks played in this game, the script of this entire series completely flipped and made it even and to see, and now it's going to be hard to tell who's actually going to win this series and go to their first NBA Finals in a long time, because this game could very easily go 7 games for how back and forth this series is going. At first it looked like it was going to be the Milwaukee Bucks in a gentleman's sweep in 5 games, the way that the Milwaukee Bucks dominated games 2 and 3. But we will definitely see by the end of this series on who's going to their first NBA Finals in a long time. Will it be the Milwaukee Bucks since 1971, or will it be the Atlanta Hawks for the first time since 1958 when they were called the St. Louis Hawks? And we will definitely be finding out very, very soon. Alright, now let's talk some Western Conference Finals Game 5. Kawhi Leonard obviously didn't play, which is very unfortunate, but I don't think that mattered because Paul George finally turned it into playoff P instead of being pandemic P through the first 4 games of this series, and now it's going to go 6 games. But can the LA Clippers tie the series up and make it go 7 games? And will Kawhi Leonard end up returning for Game 6? I hope so, because this would be a great series to watch, starting from Game 6 and going to Game 7 if it needs to go, because this series just got a whole lot more exciting because of how off Paul George went, and he balled out in every aspect of his game by dropping 41 points, got 13 rebounds, and 3 steals. Devin Booker did all he could by dropping 31 points and getting 2 steals for himself, but that definitely was not enough for the Clippers because 3 players got 20 plus points. You had Reggie Jackson get 23. You had Marcus Morris get 22. And as we all know, we had Paul George finally turning into playoff P and dropping 41 points and end up beating the Phoenix Suns 116 to 102. Now, will the Phoenix Suns win in 6 games, or will this go 7 games to see who is going to the NBA Finals for the Western Conference? Will it be the LA Clippers, or will it be the Phoenix Suns? And besides, I'm kind of hoping it's the LA Clippers now, because even though for how tremendous that Phoenix Suns are, but they have lost complete control of this series because the LA Clippers turned it around and was able to make that Phoenix Suns defense stay unstable and get their defense back the way it used to be by having them control the entire aspect of that game for themselves. Now, everyone's asking right now, will the Clippers tie the series and possibly win it and get their first NBA Finals appearance in their franchise history? We will definitely find out tonight at 9 o'clock. Now, with football, we have a very good player, but he's definitely not Hall of Fame worthy. Demaryius Thomas ends up retiring after 10 seasons. He ended up with 724 catches, 9,763 yards, and 63 touchdowns. Now, he had a couple of huge moments in his career where he gets to 2 Super Bowls with Peyton Manning and had a few playoff appearances. And if you guys don't remember, he had, and this was probably his biggest play of his entire career, although he did make 2 Super Bowl appearances with Peyton Manning. His biggest play of his career was when he was playing with Tim Tebow and ends up beating the Steelers in overtime with a huge 88-yard catch in the first play of the 2011 wild card playoffs. Now that play, as we all know, was one of the most ridiculous and exciting plays we've probably seen in the playoffs over the last 10 years. But Demaryius Thomas, as anyone always asks whenever a player retires, no matter how long he plays, is he a Hall of Famer? Definitely not. Like, if there's a Hall of Good or very good, he is definitely going there. But he wasn't a difference maker. He wasn't that guy that could be like, oh, like where it could scare quarterbacks into thinking, oh, holy crap, I need to stop this guy, or he's going to change the entire way of the game. All right, now history is being made with this new draftee, and his name is Kyle Pitts. He got a 4-year contract with $32.9 million guaranteed. I repeat, guaranteed. And that is the most guaranteed money for any tight end in NFL history. Now, I get that Kyle Pitts was a phenomenal player and is being looked at as a generational talent from the University of Florida, but already paying him and guaranteeing him this much money, that is way too big of a risk. I don't care how much potential he possibly has, or he may be looked at as the next Tony Gonzalez, Jason Witten, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, whoever, or if you think he's going to be another Mike Ditka or Kellen Winslow. Maybe he's better than all, or will be better than all those guys, but we don't know yet because he has yet to play a down in the NFL. For all we know, he could be a bust because a lot of tremendous players coming out of college have been a bust or have not put up anything close to what we were talking or what we were thinking he was going to do. And a couple players I can name off that have done that, and these guys were possibly the top 10, top 5 greatest college players in college football history. Reggie Bush, Tim Tebow, Percy Harvin, and a lot of other great players. And those guys did not put up the stuff that we thought they were going to make. We thought they were going to be a lot better, but they weren't. And Kyle Pitts could have a very similar situation. And it's kind of a punch and slap, whatever you want to call it, biggest punch in the face to George Kittle or Travis Kelce, because those guys are the best tight ends in the game today, and they don't get that kind of guaranteed money. That's definitely kind of insulting, because Kyle Pitts is a rookie and is yet to prove his talents and could be a complete bust. But we'll definitely find out coming 2021-22 season. All right, that's the end of the Calvin Tobin Show. Please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any sports media, and please follow me on Instagram at Calvin Tobin Show so you don't miss out on any sports news. And I'm out.